Thanks for spending just a minute thinking about God's truth with me today. Today we focus on the truth of 2 Corinthians 12:9. In this section of Paul's second letter to the church at Corinth, Paul is explaining why God did not answer his prayer with a yes. Paul says he has some kind of physical ailment. He calls it a thorn in his flesh. He says it's a messenger of Satan and it's there to torment him. And Paul wants God to heal him. So the Apostle Paul goes to the Lord in prayer 3 times and he pleads with the Lord to take this thorn in the flesh away from him. And in today's verse, Paul tells us how the Lord answered his prayers. But he said to me, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore I will boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses, so that Christ's power may rest on me." It's time to start the clock and break it down. Paul pleads with the Lord to be healed from this thorn in the flesh, and the Lord says, "No, I will not heal you, Paul." The Lord's answer flies in the face of those in modern-day pulpits who say that all you need to do to get what you want from God is to name it and claim it. Think positively, they say. Speak the right words and you can have your best life right now. It turns out God isn't like a genie in a bottle that we can manipulate. God tells Paul no. Instead of healing him, the Lord tells Paul 2 things. First, my grace is sufficient for you. Hey, Paul, I've received you into my kingdom and regenerated your soul. My grace is sufficient. I might not take care of your temporal physical need, but I have completely taken care of your eternal spiritual need. I've saved you, Paul. Secondly, Jesus tells Paul, my power is made perfect in weakness. And how does Paul react when his prayer is not answered the way he wants? Does he quit believing? Does he walk away in a huff? Not at all. He says he's going to boast all the more gladly about his weaknesses. Paul comes to the realization that it's when he is at his weakest that Christ's power is at its strongest in his life. How do you and I react when God says no? Maybe Jesus denies our request to display his power in our lives. This is Pastor Scott saying thanks for watching. If you want to talk to me, it's right here. If you want us to talk to God for you, visit ipray.world. You can also visit the church website, but be sure to like or share or follow or subscribe. Every time you promote these videos, you help somebody else spend just a minute thinking about God's truth. God bless you.